Hi, it's Audrey Mace from Lady Chakra Holistic Healing. Tonight is the group you've all been waiting to participate in, the Healer Within virtual practice. The book, written almost 20 years ago, chock full of information about breathing, meditating, self-applied massage. That sounds interesting. And gentle movements, all designed specifically to engage your body, mind, and spirit in a holistic healing practice. So that's the intention we're setting tonight, is to practice self-care skills and have this book out for the time being because I want to read something interesting which only appears on the very first page. The medicine. It is the primary role of the physician, whether the African witch doctor or the modern doctor, to entertain the patient while secretly waiting for nature to heal the disease. From Albert Schweitzer, physician philosopher. Sounds a lot like the coronavirus vaccination we're waiting on right now, right? Who's having the placebo and who's not, and who's getting well. Those are the details we'll be interested in. So anyway, the author of this book, my teacher, Dr. Roger Yonka, notates how strange that we would produce the most profound medicine within our own bodies and then somehow forget to use it. Well, the reason why I call out this particular passage is because someone asked me today about some pain in their tooth and have had root canal and so on and so forth, and I suggested hitting the reset button. Now, most of us are familiar with the Control-Alt-Delete on a computer is the ultimate reset, but what I was talking about was icing the jaw. So, why would she ice the jaw? And how does that act as a reset? So, very simply put, the body responds to a new situation called a new trouble ticket. And the ice, freezing the area, and then releasing the ice from the area, the healer within, all your healing resources contained within your own self begin to rush toward that area as though it's a new situation. So, if you feel like you've been coddling a certain ailment in your physique, try ice and see what happens. Maybe it will clear itself up in a couple of days. Speaking of such, a couple of days, a couple of minutes, it seems that everybody wants to watch these videos, but then they don't have the patience to sit through them or even participate in them. And we all see the stats in the YouTube and Facebook and so on, how long people actually retain or participate in these videos. It's almost like channel surfing at this point. Nobody's satisfied with what's on. There's thousands of channels, but you still can't find something to watch. Well, I'm going to read a little certain something, which is only on page 6, and the book starts on page 3. So if you can't make it to page 6, there's other issues at work. Spontaneous self-healing ability is not a dramatic new scientific discovery, nor is it a new age phenomenon. Many techniques and methods for self-healing are quite ancient. As we learned, the power of the breath, relaxation, and faith. There are potent messages in the Judeo-Christian traditions regarding the healing resources that we have within ourselves. In China and India, as well as Africa, ancient America, Australia, and Europe, rich traditions of self-care and self-healing have existed since long before written history. The study of Qi, which is what we're going to participate in tonight, and a form of Qi Kong, pronounced Qi Kong, Qi being a resource so essential and indescribable, it's necessary for life. It's contained in all living things. We're cultivating, mastering, playing with chi in this session tonight. So how do we get started? Well, I'm going to do a little sacred sage misting as a means to kick off our time together. Now, you can't smell that, but it smells lovely. And perhaps something relaxing. In this case, I'm going to go with eucalyptus, which helps clear the sinuses. And just indulge in a little aromatherapy, another healing tactic, and some sound therapy. Everybody loves these chimes. Now we can begin, now that the chimes, and the motorcycle for that matter, have sounded the ancient tribal sound. I'm going to take a step back here and work primarily waist up for the sake of the video. However, I will call out what is required to work below the waist. Take a breath in and a breath out. I'm going to tell you you're doing it wrong. And how do you do that right? So when you take your breath in, breathe in through your nose. And when you exhale, exhale completely, but don't stop here. Continue pushing your belly, drawing it back towards your backbone, and empty yourself completely. We want to take the full breath in to excite, and exhale completely to induce the necessary relaxation response that we're after, which is part of Qigong state. So the Qigong state is something that we're after in the practice, which is a way to bring clarity and peace to the entire body, mind, and soul. Just take your palms and reach them up, and then extend your fingertips as though you're going to scratch down either side if there were two walls on either side of you. And then point your fingertips toward the floor. This is called reaching upward and outward. In the Healer Within book, you can choose to interlace your fingers now. Breathing in, feeling a stretch on the back of your wrist. Continuing now, exhaling as you open your heart space. Continuing down toward the floor. Being more conscious of the breath this time, breathing in, reaching up and reaching out. Continuing to push the air, push the air, push the air all the way out. See if I repeat it, maybe you'll do it. And again. One continuous motion. Now to do this properly and to complete the exercise, as you reach up toward heaven, engage your feet, standing up on your toes. Continue to exhale, letting all the air out. Breathing in, reaching upward. Pressing it against heaven. Feeling a tug in your shoulders as your fingertips reach for the earth. This next time, imagine you're a bird. Let your feathers fan out. You might choose to close your eyes the next couple of times through. You won't see me. I won't see you for that matter. Reaching upward and those of you still on your toes, it should have been necessary for me to call out for you to fall back onto your full soles of the feet as you lower your arms, lower your heels. Doing that bird one last time, breathing in, reaching up onto your toes, reaching out, exhaling completely, pushing all the way out, and hold. Working the opposite direction now in marrow washing, reaching up, palms up, breathing in, reaching toward heaven, elongating the body, and on the descending of the hands, push all the energy you've just collected into the crown of your head. And imagine a veil of healing white light passing in front of you. As you exhale, bringing your palms toward your organs. Again, reaching up, collecting all the energy from the life forces around you. Exhaling as you draw your hands down, pushing those resources you collected into the crown of your head. Feeling a wave of peace as it passes your face and your heart space, arriving at your organs. Again, this time, reaching up, breathing in, collecting all the energy, drawing it down into your crown, absorbing wisdom. Vision, communication, love, power, sex, and security. I just called out the themes of the 7 main chakras, spinning wheels, spinning vortexes of energy, all interrelated, all working together, creating multiple layers of consciousness and archetypes as we live our lives. And one last time, this time close your eyes, breathe in, reach up, draw all the resources from around you, pushing down into your crown. Exhaling completely, drawing that belly button towards your backbone and arriving here. Marrow washing, ancient practice. Chinese believe that the qi is stored in the marrow. That's a storing exercise, storing the energy inside. Continuing with the breathing pattern, putting your hand on your belly, another on your chest, bringing emphasis now to what's referred to in the healer within as the essential breath. Breathing in and out as you normally do, and on the next breath in, draw attention in a 2-part breath, raising your chest and your belly. And exhale. For those of you who took the subtle notice that the chest and the belly puffed out, belly first, chest second, imagining that you're filling a container, bottom first. Take your breath in and exhale completely. Emptying that container, continuing to empty to all the, whatever it is you put in there, is spilling out to the last drop. And on that last drop, force it out. Take your breath in again. And exhale. Add your imagery now. Imagine being a balloon. Filling all the air inside this balloon, and now exhaling, pushing all the air out of the balloon. Don't go too quick. It'll sound like okay. We're gonna do a couple of warrior exercises just for fun. It's called Be a Sumo Wrestler, and it'll help align us, get our breath and our minds right. Just be a sumo wrestler on 3. 1, 2, 3. Most people, when they do this, have properly aligned their bodies without any instruction. They've actually taken a breath prior to engaging the sumo wrestler stance, and then stood there in a squat position with a level of calmness. These are called the 3 intentful corrections. Postural alignment, breath, and intention. Being your best sumo wrestler now, keeping that stone face. Being the warrior, taking the air in, this air coming into your lungs, filling you. And then you want to empty all the air out. When you empty the air out, you're releasing toxins that are trapped in your body. You're releasing trapped air that's stuck in your lungs that causes anxiety when it's trapped and can't get out. That induces panic attacks. Some of you may have had experience with that, or just a heightened stress level in an instant. So take the opportunity to take a deep breath on some type of trigger. So it could be the phone ringing, could be a car passing. In this case, I'd be breathing a lot, remembering to deflate each time, and assigning that breath activity may even improve your driving. Perhaps you do it at a stop sign. 3 seconds, 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000. Qualify as a legal stop at a stop sign. So that's about the amount of time it takes to do a complete deep breath and exhale all the air. So we're going to do the warrior's breath just for fun. Being the warrior, I want you to put your arms out like Frankenstein. He's not a warrior, really. And draw your breath in through your nose. And then exhale, pushing your hands down toward the floor. Pushing your belly button towards your back. You get that last little bit of air out. I can't talk. That's how much air I let out. Doing it again. Taking the air, breathing it in. And exhaling. The warrior is trying to accumulate as much energy, oxygen, and so on as possible before running out to battle. Now, we're not going to run out to battle at the moment. But we are going to do the warrior's breath, and we're going to call it shi-shi-hu, because that's what it is. Shi-shi, in, hu, out. So in and out is the breath. So just like we did with the hand on your chest and your belly, I want you to now imagine bringing air into the belly and filling up the chest completely, and then allowing the air to exit, pushing all the air out. 2-part breath in, 1 long stream out. And there you have it, the warrior's breath. I'm going to ring the temple gong. Imagine 2 gongs, one on either side of you. Not like the gong show. I think they just had 1 big gong. 2 gongs on either side of you. Spread your feet a little bit, a little distance between your legs. Imagine you have 2 drumsticks, 1 in either hand. And all we're going to do is hit the drum, taking 1 drumstick, turning, and hitting the drum on the front. Then you're going to breathe in, rise up a little bit, exhale, descend, ground, and hit the drum on the other side. Breathe in on center, and hit the drum. Breathe in on center, exhale as you hit the drum. We're going to do this just a couple of times. Well, maybe next time I'll have some drums. Make it a little more fun. Exhale, boom. Getting a rhythm. Allowing yourself to twist at the waist. And raising the foot in the back. If it helps your knees feel a little less pressure. Now I'm going to ask you to hit the backs of the drums and the fronts of the drums that are on either side of you. So take your breath in on center. Hit this drum here and hit that drum there. Breathe in. Exhale. Boom. Breathe in. Exhale. Breathe in. Rise. Gentle fall. Hit both sides of the drum. Boom, boom. And get a rhythm and start swinging. Imagine as you're beating the heavenly drum, you're calling all the villagers to the festival to worship. Maybe it's the dinner bell. In a ceremonial way, you are responsible at the top of the mountain to call everyone together in a harmonious heavenly drumbeat. You might be wondering where my music is today. I forgot it. Not everybody wants music, but most people have told me they like it. So I figured we'll have a video without the music. So you'll have to imagine hearing the drum. Breathing in, exhaling, breathing out. Boom. Breathe out on impact. And come back to center. So our sumo squats, our warrior breath, and our beating the heavenly drum, that's all fun. But they really are ancient practices that help you maintain your health and self-care skills. So what does that mean, self-care? Well, you could practice self-care in a variety of different ways. It doesn't mean you have to be doing exercise. It could be self-applied massage. So for a moment, we're going to do two things. We're going to do a really nice ear massage because people love that, and it only takes half a minute, right? You don't need to be a massage therapist to rub your ears. And it only takes 30 seconds to completely roll the lobes, unless you're Dumbo, of course. It would take a lot longer. Roll the lobes, tug on them, go in all the little nooks and crannies. It's always nicer if somebody does this for you, but you want to have clean ears, you know, if they're kind of sticking down in there. And in the ears are all sorts of little pressure points. Reflex points, to be exact. Your ears are a submap of the organs in your body. So are your hands. And everybody wants to know, what prop do you have tonight? I have the hand chart. So we have the left and right palms and the back of the hands too. But for now, all you need to do is sit there, lay there, stand there. We're always in lines. We're always waiting on something. And all you need to do is massage with your thumb. And if your thumb is injured, you know, we've got a lot of excuses not to do things. Use your knuckles. Your Pinocchio, use your nose. Anyway. All these references. I should have invested in Disney. So keep going. You may hear a little snap, crackle, pop. That's all right. You're just aligning your fingers. Pull on them. Don't pull on your uncle's finger. we know what happens there. Aligning and pressing on all the reflex points. That is the point. So the thumb is our head. The pineal gland at the top, that's really deep in the center of your skull. And then you keep working on down. So your head is your thumb. Then you keep working down in the fingers and the webbing and all the way down to your palm. This is the lower part of your body. So upper part of your body, lower part of your body, where your colon is, and everything in the middle. So I'm just going to gently massage my hands, and I'm taking time to do this rather than just say to do it, because you don't do it unless you're doing it with me. And at least I know you got the 3 minutes in. This feels wonderful. If you're doing a lot of work outside, picking up 5,000 branches in your yard because we just had a tropical storm, then you may feel a little discomfort. Then this will bring you pleasure and relaxation. So now, what does it all mean? Looking for my glasses. It means if you recall, I said the thumb is your head. So you have the pituitary and the pineal gland up top, your brain, and your neck and throat. Oops, helps if I'm in the helps if I'm in the video. Okay. And then moving on down the body. There's everything in here. lymph drainage. This is your sinuses. Anybody with sinus troubles? It's all in this chart, but it's also in your Healer Within book that has exceptional graphics and descriptions of all the reflex points. Moving on. We have a visitor, and people are wondering, when is Maverick going to show up? No, it's a frog. So this frog, thank you, Nicholas, little gift of frog, has a surprise inside. Now the rest of the frog is washable for anyone with sinus related issues. You can wash this frog and enjoy endless hours of hugging. And then this particular scented beanbag inside can go in the microwave, which I don't have one, but that's okay because the scent is still marvelous. This is lavender. So you have a cranky child and you want to get a lavender filled frog for them. They will go to sleep and not know exactly why they fell asleep so soundly. But lavender is very therapeutic. So in the same way that I was trying to bring a little bit of excitement with the eucalyptus, now you have a relaxation alternative, the full spectrum. See you later. Moving on, taking care of the spine. In the spine, we have all these vertebrae, and in between each one, there are rods and cages. Just kidding. I do know some folks who have had surgery and they have had parts replaced or inserted into their bodies, and they can still do these exercises, but there are fusions, and you must be aware that you're not going to bend the way the rest of the people bend. So in between each vertebrae is a little squishy sponge called a disc. And what we're going to do is, with our mind and intention, fill these little sponges with all the healing resources racing about our bodies and cushion them, bringing about healing and vitality, because that's what this practice is all about, health, vitality. Some folks think when your number's up, your number's up. So there's no reason why you can't feel better in the process waiting for your number. So we're going to do left and right bending the spine. Left and right bending the spine is very simple. Take your breath in on center and lean your head, ear to your shoulder, and begin to engage your cervical spine. Continuing down, one vertebrae at a time, engaging your thoracic spine. Pointing the fingers toward the floor, leaning to the side, engaging the lumbar spine. Take a breath in here and relax and rise from which you came, breathing in on center. Again, exhaling, invoking the relaxation response, ear to shoulder, cervical, thoracic, and lumbar spine. Take a breath in here. Relax on the way up. Continue to breathe out. Coming back to center. You may have felt a little snap, crackle, pop, or heard it. And that's okay. You're aligning. This is aligning our bodies. Take a breath in. Now add the imagery as you exhale. Almost like you're the Tin Man getting your oil can and Getting all the little joints there. Breathe in. Exhale, come up. Inhale again. Exhale. Moving to the other side with full intention. Filling every sponge evenly with all the healing juice. Inhale and rise. And exhale. You'll notice a difference in the breath and your relaxation response. This time working the spine the other direction. You turn to the side so you see it's forward and left, back. Oh, so, okay, coming on. Forward and back bending the spine, thank you very much. Like you're diving backwards off the diving board. Haven't done that in way too long. Arms up in the air, bringing your palms together, wrists together, elbows together, pushing down into the chest, coiling your chin to chest, continuing down one vertebrae at a time. Oh, that feels wonderful. Take your breath in at the bottom here, and exhale and work your way back up. Working in one continuous motion now, bending back, maybe feeling a tug on your belly or your thighs, elbows meeting, pushing into the chest, activating lymph propulsion. Imagining all the healing resources flowing in and out of every vertebrae. Working your way to the bottom, engaging the last vertebrae, L5. Breathe in and exhale, working your way back up. And one last time. Inhale and exhale. When you get to the bottom, add a little bonus here. Move a little to the left and a little to the right, working out all the extra tension that you carry in your lower back. Coming back to center, breathing in, and exhaling as you roll back up. All the air coming out, pushing that belly button towards your back. Forward and back bending of the spine. Two great spinal exercises. Always work super slow with the spine. There's no race, there's no promise. A little more fun. A little balancing act here. Flowing motion. You love it or you hate it. Flowing motion. I'm going to move over here so you see my feet. In flowing motion or not. In flowing motion, we'll be going up on our toes and then rocking back on our heels. We're going to do two different ways, as I found some folks prefer one over the other. So we'll start by just raising our palms up and then lowering them. That's all we're doing. Gradually working our way into this. Breathing in and exhaling. Breathing in and exhale completely all the air out. Now rise on your toes. As you continue to lift your palms up, breathing in, turning your palms over and breathing out. Rising up on the toes, maybe quarter inch, half inch, 3/4, 1 inch, 2 inch, however gradually you need to accomplish this motion. Remembering to breathe. Now we're going to add 1 foot at a time. When your hands pass your hips, rock back on 1, 2, leaving the other foot flat. Rising up when the palms pass, rocking up on 1 heel, and then alternating. Some people want to achieve a better sense of balance. They come to Tai Chi class and I show them flowing motion and they don't come back. Flowing motion is a staple in Chinese Qigong practice. Okay, now that we've done this alternating of the feet, we'll be lifting up, and then when the hands pass the waist, you're rocking back. Well, I cheated, I just leaned against the wall. But you're rocking back on your heels. Up, breathing in, exhale, moving downward, hands past the hips, rock back. Inhale, exhale, aligning your body. The crown is reaching toward heaven. And your tailbone is pointed toward the earth. Integrating the breath with the motion. And the imagery of it, maybe like a rocking chair, So now we're going to do it slightly modified the other way, where instead of lifting up, we're going to lift up as our palms pass. So we're on our toes now, and then we're rocking back on our heels as our hands are lifted in the air. Breathing in, exhaling. You wonder, am I doing this at all? Of course I am. So you're rocking back on your heels here. And I'll show you in a moment. Lifting up, balancing on your toes. And rocking back on your heels. Again, doing it over here so you can see. Okay, which way was that going? This way. Relaxing into this. Breathing in, pushing back. Exhaling, hands, palms in the air. Rocking back on the heels as the palms go in the air. That's a bug. It's a bug inside. So you get the drift, flowing motion. It takes a little doing to get the hang of it, but once you got it, you got it. So I like the analogy or the imagery of a rocking chair. Brings a sense of peace, or whatever you feel you need to do to accomplish the motion and get a rhythm down. We had a lot of trees come down this past storm, and they were quite resilient. So they weren't. A lot of branches fell, a lot of trees fell. So to honor the trees, what we're going to do is tree pose, but Qigong style. So we're going to use some imagery here. Just imagine ourselves being like a tree. Gentle bend in the knees. Feel the power of the ground coming up into your legs. Feel the roots of the other trees entangle your toes. Close your eyes and imagine these things as I offer a narrative. Take your breath in, and on the exhale, feel your ankles be hugged by other tree roots, coiling up your legs around your hips, and you have now joined treehood. Raising your arms as two limbs, taking a breath in, exhaling and settling in. A bird is busy rebuilding their home in the crick of your neck as you continue to breathe and you feel your feet land on your shoulder. You could carry little straws and whatever they could collect, flying back and forth diligently, building and building. A little nest in the crick of your neck. Taking another breath in now. Settling into your space, feeling a gust of wind, and you feel your limbs affected by the breeze. And your leaves are turning over, potentially expecting a resurgence of a storm. Continuing to breathe in and out. Feeling the heat of the sun intermittently through the clouds. Relaxing your face, your jaw, your shoulders, taking a breath in, further inducing yourself into a relaxed state, pushing your belly or your trunk in. Having forgotten you're firmly planted into the ground, you're so comfortable here. Hearing the noises, some natural, some not so natural. Tolerating change. Rejoicing in the living things. Someone walking a dog, walking across your roots. Uh-oh. The dog keeps walking. Hope it's a girl dog. Continuing to breathe in and out. Feeling the dew of the night on your bark. Sun going down. And the moon presenting itself. Lighting the night sky as the clouds dissipate. Taking a breath in. Exhaling, lowering your arms. Rolling your shoulders back. And 3 times, and then breathe the opposite direction. Shoulders up in the air and down. In the air and down. One last time. Oh, that's a sigh of relief. So, in the Kilo Within book, there is the sigh of relief. We'll do one now. You're breathing in. And a verbal exhale. It's almost over. So disappointed it's almost over. I feel great. So the vocalization in the exhale is a way to eradicate clogs in your energetic system. We do it all the time. Now I'm just bringing your awareness to a little shaking and wiggling spontaneously. In class, I'm finding, as I use mainstream music to promote spontaneous Qigong, which is just spontaneously moving, wiggling the legs. I'm finding more folks are going home, putting on a song, and bringing about an energetic balance. Shake it off, wipe it off. Hands may feel heavy, ball it all up. Goodbye energy, I don't want any more. Send it to the recycle bin in the sky. Later. So I just want to give a shout out to one of my favorite Tai Chi enthusiasts, Norma Schmidt. Hopefully we'll be back at St. Thomas's real soon, in downtown Bethel. Peace to everyone. Be healthy. Be safe. Practice. Good night.